Well, the streak continues. 22 straight home games on Monday Night Football, the Steelers win, and we continue the streak of not giving up a single point in the third quarter. 6-2, first in the division. Sounds like it's going to be a great night for Steelers Monday?
Here we go. Here we go. Steelers, here we go. Pittsburgh's going to Super Bowl.
That's right. We had ourselves a 26-18 win tonight versus the New York Giants in a game that could be frustrating as a fan. Happy to have us be a win. But overall, it's just great to be going into our bye week 6-2 to start the season. The offense looked a lot better this game until we get to talk about the red zone stuff. Russell Wilson with 274 yards passing. Najee Harris once again having over 100 yards with 114 tonight. Over 400 yards of offense for the Steelers. We like seeing this. Now, the issues at hand are we had like 3 drives that were first and goal that got field goals. I think we had 4 red zone field goals tonight, 3 in the first half, as both teams in the first half traded red zone field goal after red zone field goal after red zone field goal. 9-9 at halftime. Both teams had a touchdown called back by a penalty, and George Pickens did not put 2 feet on the ground. George Pickens is an unreal athlete. He's a freak of nature. He is one of the most athletically gifted wide receivers in the NFL currently. But the issue with George, I find, is sometimes the fundamentals lose him. Think back to the Cowboys game earlier this year where a fumble happened, basically in the red zone because he wasn't tucking the ball away like he should fundamentally. Tonight, amazing catch in the end zone, but he doesn't do the fundamental stuff of putting down a second foot, and it causes the Steelers not to get a touchdown and have to settle for their third field goal in the first half. But luckily, things changed in the second half in different ways. First of all, the thing that didn't change is their defense once again held their opponents to 0 points in the third quarter. I saw a stat that they're like 53-0 outscoring people in the third quarter this season. You know what that shows? That shows that the coaching of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Tomlin and his staff, are just lights out, making the right adjustments and making the right plays. It is all good coaching to see that you haven't given up a third quarter point. Not a field goal, not even 1 touchdown, not anything. Anybody who's played against the Steelers this year has blanked it in the third quarter. What also happened in the third quarter of this game? Well, Miles Austin takes the punt back, and the special teams once again has a huge play for the Steelers. Instead of it being blocked like we've had the last few weeks, it was a big punt return for a touchdown. Boom! Steelers up 16-9. What happens after that? Well, we get another touchdown later on. Russell Wilson throwing darts out there. Eventually also throws one again to Calvin Austin. Second touchdown for him of the game. Steelers have now a 23 to, I believe at this point, 9 lead. Now, we did have the funny interactions where the Giants scored a touchdown. The defense rushing and giving on screens. We saw it with Benny Hill, with Hill last week with the Jets. We saw it again tonight with the Giants. There's a little bit of cause of concern that, stumping it off the running backs and screens is an Achilles heel for this defense. The Giants get a touchdown. They go for 2. And they miss it. So instead of a 24-17 game, it's 24 or 20, whatever. Either way, we're up by 8 points. It was a ridiculously stupid, failed 2-point conversion. One of the stupidest plays I've seen this year. The Steelers then drive down, end up kicking a pooch kick. Again, another red zone, not even just red zone. Inside the 10 opportunity, couldn't get a touchdown. The 2 touchdowns we got tonight were like a 73-yard punt return and a 40-some-yard pass to Calvin Austin. We could not get an actual great red zone touchdown this game, and that's not a great sign. But kick the Boswell field goal. Giants come down. They kick their field goal. Now all of a sudden it's 26-18. We get the ball back. Let's put this away. It's second down. I'm hearing Bill, say, hey, on the Manning cast, hey, Bill Cowher saying, let's just run the ball, let the clock run down to 1 second, take as much time off, which I agree with. Russ snaps it in shotgun with 17 seconds left in the play clock, tries running the ball, fumbles it, the Giants recover, and it's like, uh-oh, what's going to happen here? Well, what happened is the NFL MVP made his mark. He clipped Daniel Jones's foot, preventing him from rushing for a first down, on a 2nd and 7, and then you hear Eli being on the cast, where's the tight end? Move the tight end and block Watt. Why is nobody chipping Watt? Well, TJ Watt did not get anybody but the tackle, and he blew by the Giants' right tackle and stripped Daniel Jones, jumped on the football, and gave Pittsburgh the football back. Now, we had a little bit of a drive that didn't get much, ended up getting a little bit past midfield, punted to give them a long field with around 2 minutes left, and then Beanie Bishop once again seals the deal with an interception late. Pittsburgh Steelers win 26-18, and we're 6-2, first in the AFC North by ourselves. Going into the bye, Russ has looked very solid outside that, bad fumble overall, but his deep balls are working well. The offensive line now having consistency is running the ball very well. Now, time will tell. Is it because we're playing bad defenses, or has this offensive line gelled and figured things out? Najee coming off back-to-back 100-yard games is great, and going into this bye week, I just think there's a lot of confidence you can get. We're going to be playing the Washington Commanders, who are electric this season. Case in point, that Hail Mary pass to win against the Bears. We play against them in 2 weeks, but my goodness, if you told people at the start of the season that Russell Wilson would look great, the Steelers would be 6-2, and even Justin Fields had looked good throughout, people would be like, the Steelers are supposed to have a losing season this year. We're not the Browns. We don't suck. We have a standard, and this looks like the best Pittsburgh Steelers team since the Ben Roethlisberger era ended. And I'm excited, and you know what? Maybe we'll start being taken seriously as we go through a rough stretch of games with the likes of, the Chiefs down the road at some point here soon, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Commanders, the Eagles. This is the tough boy schedule coming up for the Steelers, but it's a bye week, and we'll come back to that in a couple weeks when we watch the Steelers hopefully beat the Commanders and move to 7-2. Tell me your thoughts on the game below, and how does it feel being a Steelers fan right now? I'll tell you, it feels pretty damn good.